Hello, how are you all? Right, this is part 2 of our Edith Holden journal. So where we left off last time, I just done the outside and the inside of the cover. So that's how it looks now. It's been sitting for a few days. So now, today we're going to do the signatures. Now, I've tried to do as much as I can to save a little bit of time, because we could be here all day. There's no two ways about it. So what I've done is I've folded my paper that I will show you what I've done. I had a bit of a tea dyeing frenzy. So this was about that thick, but I've got a paper press that my brother made me, and it's a good size. I can't show you on the camera because it's just too big. So that's been in the press for about 3 days. So I've now sorted out, we said that, well, I decided that we're going to do 3 signatures. So I've sorted these 2 out, but and I've cut them as well. But I've got one, so if anybody is new and they haven't seen my other video where I showed how to cut it, I'll cut this one, and then obviously, you know, everybody can see. So that's 2 of the signatures already done. So I'll put those to the side. Right, we'll cut this one. So I need my knife and my ruler. So because this journal is a bit smaller than what I usually make, the inside measurement for each signature is going to be 13.5. I don't know if you can, yeah, you can see, 13.5 centimetres by, I'm making it 19. So it's got just a bit of room either side. I don't like bringing them right to the edge. I always like to come in just a little bit. So that's what we've decided to do. And the signature actually looks pretty good when it's inside. I'll show you with the one that I've done. You'll see what I mean. It gives it just that little bit at the top and at the bottom. Might look better when I've actually stitched them in. Right, so I've already marked this out. I'm trying to be all organised here. There's bound to be something that I forget or something that goes wrong. Everything's just running too smooth. So I've already marked it at 13.5 that way, 2 marks as normal, and 13.5 that way, and I've done 19 here as well. So I always cut the top first, and I've made sure it's the right way around, which this is not. See, this is good because I've marked that the wrong way around. Because I've got, I'll show you the papers in a sec, but I actually need to put, I didn't need to do that one. Oh dear. That one can go back on, like so, and then I need to mark, yeah, that needs to be the top. I'll have to flip that one over because I like cutting it that way. I always cut with the fold at the top, so we'll mark it this way around. It won't make any difference. Just make sure, yeah, that's the bottom. Well, that'll actually be the top, it won't be the bottom. I know what I mean. Okay, like that. So we'll do that one first actually. Okay, just try and, I always mark it or make it level actually just by following the lines on there. Get me a knife and we will just score that. And as I've said on my other video when I was showing, you don't have to use this kind of knife. You can use a paper cutter, you can use whatever you're comfortable using. It is not a problem. It's just I always find it a lot easier just doing it that way. Because I have tried doing it on the paper cutter and I can never get the pages right. I know that you sort of, I watched a tutorial years and years ago when I was trying to learn how to do journals, and I can't remember who it was, but they said that you can just take a little bit off each page to take it down to the size that you need. That didn't work for me. It just went completely wrong. So I found this is a lot easier. Okay. And that is that. Back to that. I always chuck these away because I can't find a use for them. It's a bit of a waste, but to me, that's unfortunately all I can think of doing. Because they're just little bits of paper. I suppose you could glue them to make a, I don't know, a bit of a collage thing. Right, so that is that. Let me get my rub and just rub this. Oh. Okay. Right. Now, that is one signature, as you know. And let me put them back up under the top. And that is my other. Okay, so each of the signatures at the minute, that's how it will look. They've got 3, no problem. Right, in all my journals that I've ever done, I've always got one signature that has just got pages. I've very seldom put any stamping on it, any ephemera. It's just blank. So, oh, and it's usually got a few more pages than the other ones. So I've done the same. This is just my little thing that I do. Oh, that's ripped that page. Well, that's okay because I have, it's that one I made earlier. I've got this one that I can swap it with. That I wanted to try my signatures earlier. I think I need to change my blade. That's the only problem sometimes. You just need to change your blade. Yeah, that's fine. No problem. Right. So each of this, if you are sort of following making the journal with me, you can do as many pages per signature as you like. You can add more. You can have more than 3 signatures. You can add as many as you like. I always go for about 10 pages for one signature. I think on these ones, I think I've got a little bit, I think I've got 11, I think. I've got one. We can flick through it actually. So I've got just plain there, so that's 2. I've got line paper, 3, another bit of plain, some graph paper, 4, no that's 5, can't count, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, I've got 12. Right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 2 of these out, and I'm not going to take the lined or the graph, I'm going to take the plain. So I think I'll do, yeah, I'll take that one out. All will become apparent in about 2 seconds. Right, I forgot to include, because this is all just going to be Edith Holden. Everything in it is Edith Holden. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some of her book pages as well. I know I've got to cut these down, but I don't cut them down with these. I always cut them down on the paper cutter. It's a little bit odd doing it that way, I know, but that's just how I do it. Right, the centre one, this one, I'm going to do a double pocket. Well, it's going to be like that. And what I'm going to do, and I'm going to attempt this on camera, so hey, it could all go wrong. I'm going to stitch around it with the machine. So just stitch all the way around and across. I'm going to do possibly a fancy edge down the side, down that bit. We'll get to that bit in a sec. So that's going to be that one. So now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, that'll be 12. That'll be fine, because I will be doing ephemera. That'll be on my next video. So at the minute, this video will just be attaching the signatures. You stand there, please, thank you. Right, that one isn't going to have anything, because that's my signature that will just be as it looks now. Might have a tab at the end, might do, not sure, haven't decided yet. Okay, this one is going to be the same, so we're going to have I've got to fold the pockets for the next one, but I wanted to do that on the camera, and I quite like this one. I've actually turned it the opposite way because I wanted that to be on the outside. So when you open it, that'll be folded in, and then that'll be on the inside, if it follows. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that in there. That'll be the double pocket. Yeah, that'll go there. And then we can pop that in there. I'm not going to put a load of book pages or anything like that. I want it, all my journals, I always say I like to give room for people to write, and that's the main thing. So the extra paper can go to one side. Right, now what I want to do, I feel like I've just been faffing today because I've been trying to get everything right, and it's like you're doing it and then you forget what you're doing. Okay, so let's sort this one right. I need to cut the pages down. So I need a paper trimmer. Oh. And I need to have it 13.5 centimetres that way, which is about there. And like always, I will be keeping the extra bits of paper. I'm sorry about the glare of the light. It's a bit hard to, because I've got one right above. I've got one that angle, one that angle, and one above. So it's a little bit awkward. And then it's 19. Right, now what I always do is I just check to see if I can take more off the bottom than at the top. So this is just an ordinary page. I think I can take a little bit off the top, and then can flip it over. Oh, come out. And then just take the rest off the bottom. Oops. Put that over as well. So that goes in to, I think by the looks of it, it went in there. I think. Did it? No, I think we'll move it. It doesn't matter. You can put anywhere you like. That's the whole idea with this. So that will go like that. That would go like that. And that would go like that and that. Right, I need to trim that down, so leave that open. I need to trim this, so I think, again, we'll take a bit off the top. And then we can work what we've got then. I think we'll get, yeah, I think I'll do it about there. Because we'll lose quite a bit, unfortunately. And then 19. Now, I didn't actually measure the width of this when I folded the pages. As I've said before, I don't measure things a lot. That's a bit awkward. So, I measure things when I have to, but not a lot. So, my ruler. Right, as long as it's less than 13.5, yeah, we're fine. It's 11 and 16, something like that. So it's fine. Right, so that would go in like that. Like that. Now, if you do it, you can make it so that the pockets go right to the edge, but I quite like that it just gives a little bit of something different, and that is how everything fits in. Although I think I just need to trim, yeah, I think I just need to trim that down just a little bit. I suppose it would have been better if I had done it with the rest of the pages, because then everything would have been level, but where's the fun in that? I love that noise that does. Okay. It's really off-putting because when you look at it, the writing's not level. When how it's been done, it's just not level, so it really throws it how it looks. Okay. So now, try again. That's better. Much better. So that's roughly level. That should hopefully get all pulled in. Right, so that's one signature down. Then we've got the other one. I always flip them so I know. I'm sorry, you kind of see what I'm doing. That was the one that we've just put the book page, I've lost it now. Yeah, the book page in. So what I do is I would say that that's the first signature, so that would go down. The second signature is the one that I'm not putting any book pages or anything in, so that would go down next. Right, the third signature. We are going to put the pocket in there, so we want this one here, so it would want to go. Yeah, I think this is quite a nice one because you've got a lot of writing. Do it down here. So I said about 13 and a half. If I take it just a little bit less than that. And then it's going to be 19. Collecting hair. No, I'm not collecting hair at all. I'm collecting bits of hair off the paper. You know the little tiny dusty bits. I know what I mean. I know you probably don't. I'll just turn that actually. Do it that way. Oh no. Let's trim a bit off the top. I have done that before and I thought, oh yeah, just cut that off, and I've actually made it too short. Although I think I'm going to actually just cut it from the top because I like the bottom bit. Yeah, right. So that will go in. I'll bring that over. That would go in like that. That's fine. Okay, now it's time for the pocket. Now, I can actually just trim the height of this because that's the only bit that does actually get trimmed. And this could be a bit awkward because I'm just going to cut it from the bottom because I don't want to lose the butterflies at the top. So I think I'm just going to go there. And I don't lose the bird either. Yeah, that's good because you've got, okay, I lost the butterflies there, but I'm not too bothered about that because it's going to be folded in anyway. It was at the outside bit that I liked. So I think we can put this down at the minute. Oh, take some deep breaths. Signature. I need the one with the pocket because I need to know the size. Try not to get everything all muddled up here. Okay. So all I done was, I'll use this one as a template. So I need to, yeah, do it like that. I'm probably doing this all wrong, but I'm doing it my way. That's the way I've got to think. I'm doing it my way. I'm not following anybody else. I'm doing it my way, and that's what matters. Okay. Everybody has their own way of doing the things. So that would go like that. That was handy because I didn't even look to see if you were actually in focus or in view. Level up. Right. Doesn't matter if it's a bit bigger one side and not enough the other. It is handmade, and that's what you've got to remember. And it's also unique really because there's always going to be something just slightly different. I think that's actually just a bit wider. No matter. Okay. Yeah, that's, yeah, let's try and level that up a little bit actually. Not happy with that. Just a little bit. That's it. Yeah, everything's all handmade, and that's, I always sort of forget that bit. Okay. That should hopefully have done it. It's a little bit of fangs. I don't care. It's fine. It's fine. Right, now that one goes in that one. That one, I don't want to mix them up. That sounds silly because it doesn't really matter, but it does to me. It really does. I don't need the mat now. I can put the bits of paper. I'm trying to get some room. I need to bring my sewing machine over. Now I've never done this and I'm hoping it's going to work. You should see my desk. I can't move. I've got everything everywhere. Okay. Ooh, I hope you're going to be able to see roughly. I've got to angle it a bit. Okay. I hope you can, yeah. I think I've got it sitting on something. Yeah, it's on its cable. Okay. Right, I want it on. Let's go. I'm just trying to find a decorative stitch for a start. I'm going to use white thread. Right, one number 17. My machine is a Brother, and I've had it for quite a while. And I'm really naughty because I never change my needle, and I use it for fabric and I use it for paper. And do you know what? It seems to work fine. That's wrong, I know, but it works. Right, you're not really going to see much because I can't get the camera right, but fingers crossed this will work. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to test a bit first. That's what I usually do, just to make sure that it's where I want it. Always a good tip, that is. Always either get a piece of fabric or a piece of paper, whatever you're going to use, and just make sure it is how you want it. I'll apologise now if it's noisy. Shouldn't be too noisy, but you never know. Okay, I'm not going to do too much of the test bit. That's fine. So I'll show you what the stitch will look like. That is what I'm going to do down the edge. So I hope it's sort of clear. It's quite a, I'm not sure what kind of stitch it is actually, but I do like using that one. I've used it a couple of times on my journals. Right. Okay. Let's do this. So I'm not pausing my video. If you not the sound, it might help a little bit because I can't do anything else. So I'll hurry up. I might actually, thinking about it, I've got to do this other one, but what I should have maybe done is done it off camera because it's really noisy for you, isn't it? That's interesting. I'm going to have to fold that way because I need that inside. Okay, we can do this way, it doesn't matter, it's fine, we can cope, maybe. It's so easy to do this as well, because it just, I never used to sew onto the paper. I always found it a little bit daunting because I used to think, oh no, I'm going to wreck it. And I can actually sew straight, but for some reason trying to sew straight on paper just doesn't work. And I can't leave threads. Okay, so that's how it's going to look. I need to get the bulb holder on that because that's not level. Well, it is level, but it's got the original crease in it, okay. That's how that would go. And then we're going to stitch around it. But bear with me, please bear with me. I'm so sorry about the noise. I really should have thought about this beforehand. Okay, let's do this. I'm trying to hurry up. I've got full speed ahead here. So, I'm really, really sorry. There's one down. Stitching went a little bit odd on that, but never mind. Not sure why. That's the other thing. Sometimes it behaves itself with paper, and other times it decides to do its own thing. But sometimes it's okay. You know, it works well. up as best I can. Right, the only other bit that I've got to do sewing, I promise, is, no on that, is just the straight stitch. Right, and all I do, because we want it just literally along the top and along the bottom, that's it. So just put that back on, because I don't want to do the decorative stitch. Although actually that'd be quite nice, wouldn't it? Thinking about it. Let's do the decorative stitch. Okay. Make your mind up. If it works, it works. I just feel so sorry for you now, whoever's watching this, because I really should have done this beforehand. But it was because I'm trying to sort of show everybody what you can actually do. And you don't have to be an experienced sewer at all. Yeah, that's gonna, I'm just making sure that it's actually going to work. It will. It will. I have done these ones before, but not with this stitch. That's the only difference. You'll notice that I'm not inking the edges either, because I don't want, oops, come off, I don't want to ink inside the journal. Right, so there's your pocket there, there's a pocket there, that's one done. I'm really hurrying up, so I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry. That's all I keep saying, I'm so sorry. But I am. I should have really thought on this. That's what I said. Everything, I thought, oh yeah, I've got it planned, it's fine. And obviously you can take your time, you don't have to whiz through it like I'm doing. I'm just thinking of people's ears and how boring this must be. Yeah, you can't really see much. There's no other way of doing it, unfortunately. I promise this is all the sewing there is in this. That's it, we're done. Because what I'll do, if I decide to put any stitching on any tags or cards that I'm going to do for the ephemera, then I would actually either make them up or I will do them last. Okay, let's put that out of the way. Right, now that one was going in, I've got cotton everywhere. The joy of sewing. Okay, that one was going in that one. Like that. No, it wasn't. That one, oh, what am I doing? That one was going in that one. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It does, though. That's the thing. It does to me. And that goes in here, like that. Just check. I've got the right amount of page. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Is that right? Did you read that what we said? No, I think I've done that wrong. I've lost count. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13. I think. Did I get. Yeah, 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay, how did I end up with 14? Have I miscounted somewhere on there? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14. Wait, what have I done? That wasn't going to be the middle. That was actually here, wasn't it? That's because I've moved stuff about. Right, let's go. Put you there. Because that one's got the centre one, yeah. I think. Yeah, that's the centre one. So I know I've done it wrong because we should have 2 lined sheets and 2... Yeah, that needs to go in there. But how come I've only got... I must have miscounted somewhere along the lines. I've got 1. I mean, this is me being me. This is how I always go. So you don't need to be like this. Right, there's definitely 2 of each in that, so that's fine. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It was only supposed to be 12, so how come I've ended up with 14 in this one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's interesting, because I didn't take... Yeah, I think I did, didn't I? I took the papers out. Okay. That's not fitting now. Why are you not fitting? Because you should do. Which makes me think that something's not quite right. Okay. We'll get this sorted. But you are not going to like it because I'm now going to get really boring. 2, 4, 6, 11, 12. Let's take off. Let's do that. Let's put that on the outside. Because this should have two lined. I'm really sorry because I thought I had it all sorted. And I didn't, obviously. Right, I think I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm not quite sure why that is down. If there's anything that needs to be trimmed again, we'll just trim it down with a paper cutter. Right, that one's fine. That's fine. That's going to be the first one. Then the second one. And then this one needs to be trimmed just a little bit because it's not... I mean, it doesn't matter if they do hang over a little bit, but I always find that it's a bit neater if it does it. Yeah, I think we'll just trim that one off just like that. I'm not quite sure what I've done. I think it's because I moved everything out of the way and I think some of the papers have got mixed in. So we'll just trim that on the edge. Yeah, you can't really see me, but all I'm doing is I'm literally just taking just a smidgen off the paper. It won't hurt. Right. Now, that's fine. Okay, now comes the good bit. To do the signature holes. So as I've done on my other videos, I'd like to apologise though for all of that faffing earlier. It must have drove you mad, I'm sorry. I just didn't want to get it all wrong. So I think we've got, it doesn't matter if we've got odd pages now. I'm not bothered. I'm not wasting any more time trying to faff around with it. Yeah, I don't need to do that because I need to put these in it right. My little gadget that my brother made me, it's fantastic, but I do get confused how to use it. That's why I hadn't used it for a while. So it's perfect. So all you do is just make sure that your pages are level and then pop it in and then that goes in like that, and shove it down, and you can just tighten it up at the end here. Now I always roughly mark where I need my holes, so where I've got my little pencil lines is where I need them. And there it is. Thought I'd lost my tool then. And then all I do is I just press down, and it will go and do that, and voila, my holes are there, you can see. So we'll do that again on all of them. I need to actually get a clip just to hold this in place. Okay. Oops, I need just need something just to hold, so I don't mark this too much when I'm holding it together. Oh, these clips can be so fiddly. Right, that's one down. Same with the others. Just pop it in, and I'll give you the measurements of what the final bit is. I think it's about, well, I'll show you how I do it for the main bit of the journal, because obviously that can't go in here. These are about 1 centimetre apart, I think, if I remember rightly. Yeah, they're about 1 centimetre, 2 centimetres from the top, and it's about 1 centimetre either, you know, all the way down, sort of thing. That can go there. Just doing that again, because I can't remember if I've done that now. That's that. That's fine. Use that one. I'm really annoyed that I've faffed around doing signatures, because I had it all sorted. I thought, yeah, everything will work fine, it will be brilliant, I don't have to faff. Who was I kidding? That's what I said. Every time I try and plan it, it never works. Never. Okay. Make sure that you've got that in there. Pop that in as well. Again, it's so easy to use when I worked out how to do it. I'm not really that thick. I'm not. It's just that your brain just goes, when I'm not working logically for you. Okay. Right. Yeah, that'll be it. I'll have to hold that at the top of that one. Doesn't matter where you hold it really, as long as the pages are held together at some point. Right. So that's those already. Now, I've got 2 more bits to do before I attach everything. I have no idea how long this video is, and I'm so sorry if it's really long, because I didn't want it to be. Right, I said on the last one, on the last video, that we were going to put a piece of card in the spine. Now, I've already marked the holes for this, because like I said, I was trying to hurry up. Now, all I've done is I measure, I've got bits of cotton everywhere. I measure from the top to the bottom the width of the spine. So, not spine, sorry, for the signatures. So the signature we'd already worked it out at, it was going to be 19 centimetres from top to bottom. Okay, so that's exactly what I've done there. Now it is really easy to do. This is my way of doing it. It might not be how you would do it. Everybody's different. So all I do, I would, before I do the length, just make it the width of the spine, which is 4 centimetres for this one. Depending on how big you've done your journal, that's like I said, that's entirely up to you for that one. And then we'll just measure 19. Now this is less than the actual journal itself. So when you do actually go ahead and put the holes in, you've got to make sure that you've got roughly about even measurements either end. So I measured it and I put a little bit of tape just to hold it in place while I marked all the signatures. But what I do then, that would go on there like so, and you can see there's a gap either end. What I ended up doing is I fold it in half. You probably already know how to do this anyway, but if you don't, this is, like I said, this is just how I do it. It's easier for 3 signatures, I find. 4 I always get a little bit confused because you're then talking like it's, I don't know, 6 centimetres or 6.5 or 6.75 or something. It's not the first time I've had those measurements. Right. There's your half. Now what I done is I actually put it into this to give me my centre hole. So just pop that in there like that, and then obviously pop, it's not loosened that enough, pop that in, and then I just mark it there, mark it there, and mark it there. That then gives me my centre hole, if you can see. Okay, then because it's 4, it is easy to do because that there is marked then on 2. And what I done is I came in 1 centimetre from the left, which is actually my right, and again 1 centimetre from this way. That way it gives you even marks or even spacing this side, even spacing that side, and it also gives you even spacing there. And then it was either piercing it on here, or I get my piercing mat and I just obviously marked it with my pencil, and then I just get my Roger dowel or whatever you want to call it, and I just literally just go like that, and there's my 3 holes. And I would do that for each of the holes on there, which then gives me this. And then all I've done is, like I say, I just laid it on, made sure it was even either side, and then put it on, put my holes in it, and that was the spine marked, which will then be the same as the signatures. Right, now I hope that was easy to follow. If you're not sure of anything, just let me know, and I'm more than happy to help any way I can. Right, now the centre bit, I said that I wanted to put a little bit of, well, I wanted to do the same pocket edge that it's not a pocket at all. I don't know what am I talking about. It's not a pocket, it's an edge. So I wanted to do the same sort of edge that I had done on the notebooks. Now I've already done the first one because I was actually going to stick it in, and then I thought, no, I won't. I'll actually do it on the camera. That might not be a good thing the day I'm having at the minute. So what I want to do is I want to ink around the edges. Yeah, I know, it's that annoying process again, inking edges. Just quickly do that, and then what I want to do is I'm just going to glue it in, and I'm just going to use my Pritt stick because I think, and I'm kind of hoping it should hold okay without it needing to be Mod Podge or anything like that. So, right, I'm really hoping this video is not too long because I want to do, sorry, I've got to get me a bit of thinly paper. I want to do that outside as well, but if I don't worry, I will do that in the next video, so I'm not boring you too much and deafening you with the sewing machine. Okay, I'm gonna give it a really good coating. Really, I'm hoping that this is going to work with just the Pritt stick. I don't see why it shouldn't, because this Pritt stick is pretty good. Yeah, so I'm hoping, fingers crossed. Okay, right. Now I'm not too worried, she says, I'm not too worried about the holes because I can pierce them again from the other side. The thing that I'm kind of not worried about, but I'm a bit cautious about, is because we need to get the spine right. So what I'm going to do is just judge roughly. I don't know if you can really say, it's a bit hard to do. I'm just judging how much I've got either side, and I think it's about there, and it should be about the same at the top. Ooh. Just a little bit skew with, that's fine. Okay, right, here comes the fun, here comes the bone folder, and I'm just going to score. I'm not too worried actually if I've got more one side than the other, if it doesn't look too bad, but yeah, I think that needs to go over a little bit, that is a lot. Okay, because you're kind of doing this blind because you've got an idea, obviously, because you can see the top and the bottom, but it's just getting it right. So yeah, I think that looks better, much better. Right. Let's fold that. And like with the other things, just press it down very gently, because you really don't want the spine to rip on you. Okay, and then I'm just going to turn it over, and then I just want to burnish down the edges like I did on the notebook as well, just to make sure that everything is in place. Now we are going to put, well, hopefully I'm going to put a pocket on, but that would be in my next one. I think on the next one I'll do the, yeah, I'll do the pockets and I'll do the, see, that's not going the way I want it to. Okay, let's do it this way. Right, that needs to go in there, and that needs to go in there. So I think what I'm going to have to do is just work that in there before I do anything else. Whatever you do, don't press too hard though. I've done that plenty of times. And if you find an easy way of doing it, that is fine. Like I said, everybody's got a different technique, a different way of doing it. It's not a problem. Okay. I'm hoping so the journals don't actually open fully. I've never found a journal yet that opens fuller. Maybe that's just my journals, how I do them. Yeah, it's fine. Although that's still not really going down. See, I did say I had this idea of doing it on camera. Okay. I think that's it. I think we've done it. Okay, yeah. Right, now what I'm going to do is just turn that over. I get my board, my mat back, and I'm just going to, oops, I'm just going to poke the holes back through. And it doesn't matter if the holes get a bit big this side, because you're going to cover it up anyway. And as long as the signatures are in, that's all that matters. Yeah, you can sort of see. I feel like this video is not quite gone the way that I planned it in my head. I knew what I wanted to do, but it's one of those things. Alright, all I do is just flatten that down like that. Okay, stick that bit down. If there's any bits that's not stuck, don't worry, you can just get the glue and stick it back down. I think I've got a little bit more one side than the other, but I'm not too worried about that. So that's the inside. Right, I've got to hurry up because this is going to be a really long video and I didn't want it to be a long video at all. Excuse me. Alright, to get my thread, now is not the time to lose the end of the thread. Okay, so get my scissors. Oh, come on. You don't need it that long, it's just decided to all spring off. Okay, and thread that up. Right. Now, I think we'll have that as the first signature. Make sure you've got it the right way up. So what we'll do is, because that's going to be the first one, I always start from the back and work my way this way. So this will be the back one. And just check to make sure everything's going the right way up. Yeah, we've got the they've got the bookmark. No, bookmark. It's not a bookmark at all. It's just a page. And then we've got the pocket. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So same rules apply as I've done with the others. As I've done with the notebooks. I always start from the middle. My needles just come out. So I'm going to get that, and you just line it up with your hole in your signature itself, and then pull that through. You can leave a good length. I usually do, and then pop it through again at the top, and through again when you find it. Sorry if you can hear the cat crying, it's because the door's shut. Okay. It's not as if he's just shut in one place, he's got the whole house. But I think he knows when people are doing something and it's like, I want to come and annoy you, I want to stand in front of the camera, I want to line your desk, I want to do everything that you don't want me to do. Okay, I hope, yeah, you can sort of see what I'm doing. I'm trying to juggle viewing and stitching at the same time here. Ooh, no, it goes. Come on. It's a little bit awkward. Sometimes you just need to give it a little bit of wiggle out there. Without stabbing your fingers always helps, because blood on these books just really spoils things. As I've done. Not on ones that I've sold, that's for sure. Okay, and then I'll just pull that through. Okay, make sure everything's tight. Just quickly turn it over. I always like to make sure that it just catches like that. And then all the needles unthreaded itself to start with. That's lovely. Now you can do a single knot or you can do a double knot. I sometimes do a single, but today I'm going to do a double. Going on the edge of caution. The other thing also is to make sure that you have actually put it the right way up. That would have just topped my day off, that would, to find out that I've just put a signature in upside down. Never mind, everybody learns. Just undo the thing and then start again. Okay, and do a double knot again, and then just trim that. Right, one down, two more to go. Okay, so just fold that down just a little bit, not a lot, it don't matter. Okay, get some more thread. I do like this thread, I really do. I've got a lovely navy one. I was looking for the black, but I can't find a black in this weight. So I will be on the lookout still. Right, now top. Yeah, it's top. Yeah, just check the top. Top. Yeah, it's top. Top. It's the top. Okay. Gets a little bit fiddly when you've got another signature in, but I did do one. It was a custom order and it had 6 signatures. Oh, never again. Okay, I would do it again. I would. It was just, it didn't want to sit where I wanted it to. It was really fiddler. And I seemed to be at it for ages. And then eventually everything just fell into place. But it's just because you seriously do run out of room. Okay. Do a wiggle. Come on, do a wiggle. That's it. I'm sorry if I'm not in focus or in view. I keep saying focus. It's, as far as I know, it's focused. It's just in view. And that's what I mean. But I'm sorry for if it's a long video and if I've been waffling and faffing the signatures. I mean, I'll never forgive myself for the signatures. I really won't. I'm so annoyed with them. Okay, pop it back. What am I doing? Wait. Oh, I know what I've done. I didn't pull it that way. I wonder why it won't. See what I mean? You know when you plan something, you think, oh, everything will go fine. It'll be perfect. No, no. I'm never going to think that again. Because it's so not. It's so not going right. Okay. But everybody's seeing my errors and that's fine because that's the whole point of these videos. That's why I don't edit the videos, because it gives you a laugh. And it just lets you see that if you're doing anything similar, which I hope you're not, I hope nobody's as bad as me. And nobody goes on like me. You know, that everybody sort of has their off days. Right. Now I'm hoping I've got enough. If you think you haven't got enough, you can actually just pull a little bit through. I think it should be okay. Okay. And just flip it and just make sure that one's a bit loose. Better. Okay, and then I just, where's my needle? Well, you're helpful. Did I ask you to undo yourself? I suppose I could do that. You can just do it with your fingers. Right. So, once again, just make sure everything's tight. And also just watch that you don't pull it too tight, because it's not been the first time I have done that and it just decided to break on me. So that wasn't very good. I wasn't pleased with that. Do a double knot. And then just... I find the bows can be a little bit... I mean, you can leave it as just a knot, but I always like to do a little bow. I don't know why I punish myself like this, because I can never do them nicely. It's either too long one side or not enough the other. It never fails. Right, come on. Hopefully the next video won't be quite so painful to watch for you. Right, take that one off. And that's another one down, which is that way around. Okay. We are getting there. I'm quite pleased with how it's going up to now. Just, yep. Okay, right, the next signature. It's that one. And my cotton thread, wherever you want to call it. Ooh, that was close. I just nearly cut through the rest of it there. Didn't think those scissors were that sharp. Right. Same procedure. Goes through that. This one should hopefully be a little bit easier. Don't know why I said that, because it's not going to be, is it? It's not going to be easier. Hold that in place and flip and poke that through. Find my hole. Come on, where are you? just the angle. Let's try again. That's it. It's the angle that I have the signature sometimes that it doesn't go in where I want it to. Right, I want that. Where is it in that? Where's my edge? No, that's the other signature. I want that one. And that goes in that. I'm not worried about showing you that bit because I've already done that bit in the first signature. So it's just locating the middle hole. That's all it is. Okay. And then do another wiggle. No, you're not wiggling. Come on, wiggle. Oh, it's alright. Just realised that I'm not even in view. I'm not actually doing anything. Literally, I'm not doing anything because I can't get the needle through the paper. I think it's because it goes through Edith Holden pages and they are so thick. Okay, right. Goes through that. Like so. Right, to make sure that's pulled tight that way. I want to turn it the other way as well to make sure. That's what you don't want to happen. So, what we do is we just take it out and start again. Oh dear. I'm in two minds now whether to put this video up at all because everything just seems to be going wrong. And that's also why you put a clip on the paper, on your signature as well, so that your pages stay where they are when something like that goes wrong. Oh dear. Right, should we try this one again? Right, you should have no problems with going in, because you've done it once, you can do it again. But that's what I mean, if you do just pull it, because all that was, it was just me pulling it just that little bit too tight. So, oh, come on. You should be able to go through, that's it. Okay. About that. Oh, and the other thing that I've done as well is I've actually put my needle through the cotton and I've split the thread, which then I have to sort of try and double back on it, which is not easy when it's this linen thread because it's kind of it's sort of fibrous, if that makes sense. It's not overly fibrous, but believe me, when you put a needle through it and you can split the threads, it's amazing how many threads are in this. Okay. And I used on my on one journal that I made, I'd actually done a flip through on it. It was a bee journal. And I'd commented the fact that when I'd done it, I'd used wax thread. That was fine, no problem. Only the error that I made is I put a heat gun to dry some ink. And the wax in the thread melted. But as it was a pea journal, it kind of gave it a little bit of a theme, you know, it being sort of wax. But I refused now then to use the wax thread, because if I didn't realise that I'd actually heated it and I'd done the signatures and everything, it was a nightmare. Oh my, come on. I am so sorry. It's so fiddly for everything today. What is wrong with you? Right, done it. Finally. Okay, right, there we have it. Well, that's interesting. Oh no, don't tell me I've had it. Oh, I've got ink on it. Actually, I might ink. No. Yeah, I have. I've got ink. That's fine, no problem. We can sort that. Okay, there you go. Finally. Oh dear. So that is the journal as it stands. We have all the pages, and we've got what will be pockets and signatures. All looking good so far. Right, I'm going to quickly do this, and I don't know, like I said, how long this is going to be. Right, we want to cover this. Well, you might not, but I do. So we're going to cover it. Right, all I've done is I chose, see, I was trying to be all prepared, choosing everything. I'm going to go for this here because there's not much really on the spine bit. So all I've done is I measured out because I needed it obviously to be wider. I couldn't leave it folded. So I think I'm going to go about there. And all I do is I just get my pencil and just quickly go around it. And don't worry if it's got any pencil lines. I mean, you can make your own edge. You could just do it straight. You could even just leave it as it is if you wanted to, or put a bit of lace down the edge. But I thought, being I've done, I'm gonna use this. Being I've done the notebooks using this theme, I thought, why not do my journal the same? So then all I do is I just cut around this. I was going to actually cut this already, and I thought, no, we'll do it on the camera because it'll be fine. There's plenty of time, plenty of room for it, you know. It won't take long to put the signatures in. The fact that I took about half an hour just sorting out signatures, I mean, that was just, I'm never gonna ever forgive myself for that one. Never. I've just, yeah. Okay. Now the one on the inside, I did have to trim the height, but this one I'm not, because I need, well, I want it to be the full size of the journal itself. So I'll just take it to the edge. Trying to hurry up. I'm so sorry. Okay. Right. Pop those out the way, and I can go there. Right, now go that side. Right, you can go up there. Let's get the ink. And then, oh no, I want to just get my rubber and just take any little bits of pencil marks. Oops. I can't believe I've got a bit of ink on the front. But never mind. It's one of those things, and we will get, it just shows that anything can happen. And I think I was concentrating too much on my signatures and not looking where my ink was. And I'm not even sure how it got on there because I've got my ink pad shut. I've got a feeling it could have come off my, yeah, I'm not sure if it came off of this. But it's a new sponge. Okay. There's no point trying to work it. There is no point trying to work it out. Okay, so glue. Be a good coat of glue. Right, hopefully the next video really won't be as chaotic. And I'm so sorry if this was driving you mad and not what you expected at all. I really am. It wasn't really what I expected either, to be honest with you. So I should be going to lie down in a darkened room, totally in disgust with myself. That's not helpful, is it? Right. Now, I'm hoping this kind of works. I know it's not going to, because everything's just turned a disaster. Okay, so let me just move you forward a little bit. I think you're about that. Yeah, you're in. Okay, so let's go for the bottom. Although we should really have done the top first. let's just turn it around. I'm going to do this upside down because I always think it needs to be neater at the top than the bottom because that's where everybody looks first. Well, I think it is anyway. And then just like on the other one, you just roughly judge where it's going to be. So I think it's going to be there. Okay, and then I'm just going, oops, actually I think what I'll do is I'll just, see, I'm kind of hoping this does actually work because I haven't done this before. And maybe using a Pritt stick might not be the best of things to do. Although, I think we're sticking. Yep, we're sticking. That's good for me. And I'm going to get my bone folder. I'm not too bothered that it's covered that butterfly. That's fine. Turn it over. Right, hold it. I'm going to try and hold it together best I can. If this doesn't stick, I'm not going to carry on doing it in this video. But what I'll do is I will take it off and I'll put the Mod Podge on it because it will just be the case of that the glue is just probably not strong enough to cover what I need to cover. Okay. All the edges are down. That should really work. And that looks like the edges are down to me. And it opens, which is a bonus. So that looks good. Right, I'm going to finish the video before anything else happens. So, apart from us getting a bit of ink on that, but that's fine. I can sort something. We can do something with that. Up to now, this is the journal. So, this is how it looks from the top, side, and the bottom. And then when we open, we've got all our signatures. Now I'm thinking of putting a pocket. I might put a corner pocket in the front and the back. I haven't decided yet, but that's going to be on the next video. Because the next video, if you're still going to be with me, it's going to be the ephemera. I've not fully decided what I'm doing yet, but I promise you there'll be no more sewing on the machine. If there is, it will be after I've finished filming. I won't put you through that again. I am so sorry. That was so painful. But yeah, other than that, that's it. I want to say a massive, massive thank you to everybody that has subscribed to my channel, that has left comments, that has boosted me so much. I can't put into words how much it truly means to me. You're wonderful. You really are. To spend time watching my videos, to comment on the videos even, you know, thank you so, so much. Yeah, I couldn't have done any of this without you. I really couldn't. And I hope I can do you justice by carrying on doing the videos, although this one wasn't exactly nowhere near like I planned. But other than that, I'm going to shut up and stop going on, and I will be back, fingers crossed it will be tomorrow, if everything goes to plan. Yeah, so anything that you're not sure of, or any tips how not to faff and not let things go wrong, do let us know. Yeah, so I'm going to let you go and take care, and I'll be back soon. Bye.